Hey world, continuing on with the X's story in the third segment here, the trilogy or anthology for X's story. So, up to this point now, X just believes that X's boss is out to pretty much eradicate and terminate X at all costs. And this is what X truly believes. And so with that, X's boss calls X in for a meeting after X supposedly posted a public posting on a social media networking site. Highly freakishly odd coincidental factors right there. And boss goes and starts off by saying, I want you to know that you're a good person, you're a nice person, a smart person. How do you think you're doing? I've been talking with some other coworkers, and they mentioned that you've been getting up from your seat a lot. Now, here will be my rebuttal and commenting along with expressing X's situation in this case. So X is on the phone pretty much 8 damn hours a day, and X is putting up with non-technical clients trying to resolve technical issues. X talks for 5 to 30 plus minutes at a time. So it would seem natural that X's throat would dry out, so X would drink a lot. So with that, it would be logical to presume that X would take a lot of pit stop and restroom breaks. And X has just allergies and sinus problems. And X isn't sure if the place is just dirty with allergens or no ventilation or what. But X's nostrils just seals up like every 2 to 3 hours, so X goes to clear X's sinuses by blowing on X's nose and pumping in Afrin and whatever other nasal spray so that X can breathe, so X doesn't sound all clogged and congested when talking to clients. So with that, and then from time to time, there are customer service feedbacks that the representatives get. And for one of the and for one of those tickets, the client mentioned on the response for the comments that X had heavy breathing. And again, this was due to X having some clogged nostrils in that place. And so X get a comment by one of the rep leads with a, for your information, it's best to put the user on mute when not talking. So in that case, X get pretty much corrected for not being able to breathe. Now let me interject on that. Really? Really? Heavy breathing? And you get corrected on that? Fucking A. Seriously. I mean, if I was in that case, corrected for breathing, heavy breathing, and you get corrected on that? I mean, it's like, you can't satisfy these damn people. It's, I mean, okay, for this one, in X's cases here, X was corrected on heavy breathing. Now, I'm pretty sure that there would have been complaints if X put user on mute. Complaint would have been that the representative was silent on me, or the representative was friendly but didn't speak too much, didn't create rapport, wasn't trying to be outgoing. I mean, it's you can't win with these damn people. It's you can't please them. So that's that. So that was the case with getting up too often for X. So proceeding from that, boss goes, how do you feel? Do you feel this is where you belong? Do you want to be here? Now let me interject there. Given the circumstances in this economy the way that it is, asking somebody that question, do you want to be here? Seriously, what other answer besides yes can a person give at that time? Seriously. And so this is where X's boss starts to make the argument or the case that it seems as if your judgment call is not right. And so X thinks back to the incidents that was told and that was told to him, and X goes through and mentions to boss that X defended every single one of her judgment calls and proved and showed that this was the course of reasoning for why X did what X did for each ticket, why X spent so many time on this, why X chose to use this method to resolve it, or why X escalated this. So X went through and explained to boss of the decisions that X made. And X explicitly asked X's boss if there is something else that you can tell me, X, that I'm doing wrong, please tell me. Because X went through and defended what he did and justified his cases of the tickets and incidents that he knew that were an issue. And X's boss couldn't tell her a single one after X explicitly asked, is there a specific incident that you can give me that my judgment is off on? X's boss couldn't give X a single one when X confronted boss on that. Now, you might have noticed me going him and her. I might slip up and say him here and her there, again, trying to distinguish the ambiguity and the anonymity of the story here. Now, boss couldn't tell X any incident specifically after X called boss out on that. Boss just kept saying your judgment was off and wrong. Now, going on, well, continuing 9 minutes here. I guess I'll have to continue this in the next session.